Hello and very good morning dear students. Welcome back to the next video installment of the subject electrical power generation and economics. In this video lecture we are going to cover or study small hydro power plant. So let us have quick review of what we are going to have in this video. The content is small power scenario in India, power scenario in India, that is size of power plant, which is very important, and the third one is very important in this video, the methodology of hydropower plant development, which is related to your hydrographs and the study related to hydrographs. We have completed our study of hydrographs in previous video lectures, and the next one is your hydrological survey. Hydrological survey is also very important as far as your small hydropower plants and its development and its site selection is concerned. So let us start the power scenario in India. The renewable energy accounts for approximately 18% of a total of 214.86 gigawatt of power generation capacity installed in India. This is very important. This may change in coming time, but presently you have to give this data, this rough data, this approximate data whenever it is asked from you. That is, renewable energy accounts for approximately 18% of a total 214.86 gigawatt of power generation capacity installed in India. And the demand of power in India has been increasing due to the rising population, growing economy and changing lifestyles, and the need of to have more luxurious life. This is our growing economy effect, and the need of having more new gadgets just to make ourselves more comfortable. The demand of power has risen because of all these factors. Despite substantial capacity additions, the power sector is still in shortage of energy. Yes, this is very hard fact that despite of having substantial capacity additions, the power sector is still in shortage of energy. We need more power stations. We need more power stations to meet the demand of customers. We are the customers, and being electrical engineers, we are the producers also. Peak demand shortage average around 9%. This one data is very much useful for we electrical engineers. What is that? The peak demand shortage averages around 9%. This diagram is showing you how much percentage power is generated by what means. The majority of power is being generated by coal-based power plant. The majority of power is being generated by coal-based power plant, and at this is the coal-based power production is at number 1. This is at number 1. Okay, and the number 2 position is by the use of gas. See this percentage of gas, and the number 3 position is given to diesel based power production, and the number 4 is your nuclear based power production, and the number 5th is your hydro based, that is your hydroelectricity power, and the last one is your rest of the means of power production, that is wind energy, geothermal, tidal, etc, etc, etc. India is capable with economically usable and viable hydro potential assessed to be about 84,000 megawatt at 60% load factor, that is 148,701 megawatt install capacity. 1,48,701 megawatt installed capacity. Just remember this figure, 1478701 megawatt installed capacity. More than 56 sites for pumped storage schemes with an aggregate installed capacity of 94,000 megawatt have been identified. This could have been more, or if you go to search this information the day after tomorrow or day after 2 days, you'll have more number of sites. Okay, so demand is increasing and the search for this kind is being increasing day by day. Let us go towards the size of a power plant. This is very important, the size of a power plant. The first one is a macro power plant, which is greater than 100 megawatt. A small power plant, when it is called a small power plant, when the installed capacity ranges between 5 megawatt to 25 megawatt. When it is a mini power plant, when the installed capacity is in between 500 kilowatt to 2 megawatt. A micro power plant, when it is called a micro power plant, when the installed capacity of the plant is in between 50 kilowatt to 200 kilowatt. A pico power plant is a power plant which is having power rating installed power capacity lesser than 30 kilowatt. This is a typical small hydropower plant. This is very similar to your hydropower plant, but what was happening at hydropower plant, there was almost a big hilly areas. We were having in catchment area, we were stopping the whole river or having a big reservoir, but this is not so big scale. This is, as the name itself suggests, it is name itself suggests the name itself suggests it is small. See this, this is 4 bay tank, this is a channel, this is a intake, weir and settling basin, this is your river, the small river or water channel, and this is your 4 bay tank from where the penstock is arranged, and all this arrangement where you have turbine, the turbine is having the output of turbine is given to the generator and generator is producing your power. Okay, fine. This is your small hydro power plant potential. The potential is 15,000 megawatt. Identified potential is 11,356 megawatt, that is for near about 4,554 sites. This is actually surveyed sites. It could be increasing on day by day basis. Okay, the installed capacity is your 1975 megawatt, that is for 602 projects, and number of under implementation potential, that is 649 megawatt, that is 219 projects. Let us come towards the same thing happening under the umbrella of private sector initiatives. After the regulation of power sector, private players can also participate in power productions, distribution and transmission. This has been already given to you, that after the regulation of power plant, being as a private partner, you too can set up your own power plant or produce or sell to your customers or sell to the national grid. These are over 110 SHP projects aggregating to 450 megawatt commissioned by the private sector. See this. Over 110 small hydro power projects aggregating near about 450 megawatt, which is commissioned. Commission means given to the society, the service of these projects given to the society. See this state wise: Karnataka 280 megawatt, Andhra Pradesh 110 megawatt, Himachal Pradesh 28.5 megawatt, Maharashtra 6.0 megawatt, Uttaranchal 6.0 megawatt, Punjab 7.75 megawatt, and West Bengal 6.0 megawatt. Aggregating to making 450 megawatt for 110 small hydro power plants projects. Let us have quick review of top 10 small hydro power potential state. The state is your topmost state is your Himachal Pradesh. Himachal Pradesh, number of sites 323, potential in megawatt 1624, achievement in megawatt 141.61. In Uttaranchal, number of sites is 354, potential in megawatt 1478, and achievement in megawatt 75.67. What about in Jammu and Kashmir? In Jammu and Kashmir, the number of sites is 201, potential in megawatt is 1207, and achievement in megawatt is 111.83 megawatt. In Karnataka, we have 258, 652, 416.50 in the respective sites number, potential in megawatt and achievement in megawatt respectively. Similarly, you can see in Maharashtra, which is 234, the number of sites 1160, potential in megawatt 209.33, achievement in megawatt. In Kerala, the number of sites is 252 and potential in megawatt is 514, achievement in megawatt 98.12. And for Tamil Nadu, it is 147 number of sites, 338 potential in megawatt or 89.7 megawatt, achievement in megawatt. Madhya Pradesh, the number of sites is 85, potential in megawatt is 336 and achievement in megawatt is 51.16. Uttar Pradesh, it is 211, the number of sites, potential in megawatt 267 and achievement in megawatt is 25.10 megawatt. In Andhra Pradesh, the number of sites is 286 and potential in megawatt is 254, and the figure of achievement in megawatt is yet to be known. This is potential projects in small hydropower sector by state. You can see this Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, the name of state along with the potential projects in small hydro sector, small hydropower sector. Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar 194.2, Uttar Pradesh 267.06. Now once you go through this map of India with potential projects in a small hydropower sector, you can very much relate with your home state at least, or with your neighboring state at least, This will give you idea that how underplay we are in our hydropower projects, small hydropower projects. We have seen that the demand is not met by the production. We are still lagging behind as far as your production of this kind of power is concerned. There is an area, hidden area, which is yet to be discovered by us, yet to be tapped by us, yet to be utilized by us, just to increase the production of power, to meet our daily expenses, to meet our daily need. As the population is growing day by day, as the demand of power is growing day by day, the population is heavily depending upon the power. Population is increasing, the consumption will increase. To meet the consumption, we need to supply things. The whole chain is depending on the need of power. This is cost factor in hydropower. This is very important slide, dear students. With this diagram, I have given you the idea, the average power production expense per kilowatt hour. This is the unit of power consumptions, energy. This is your y-axis, on which cents per kilowatt hour, and this is your kind of power plant is given to you. The green bar gives you the nature of fuel, the red bar gives you the amount of maintenance, and the yellow bar gives you the need of operation or the kind of operation. Expenses, the amount of expenses given on fuel, the amount of expenses given on maintenance, and the amount of expenses given on operation. See this hydroelectric power plant. Where is the green bar? Where is the green bar? There is no green bar. Why? Because the fuel is water. Although water cannot be treated as fuel at a domestic purpose, but industrial purpose, when you use to generate power, the water is actually a fuel. See this, when the fuel is available to you at free of cost and in abundant, it means what? This is an area, hidden area, which should be tapped by you, which should be very vastly used. See this fossil fuel steam, the green based, this is the cost of fuel use as compared to this. Okay, compare this one to this is no green, there is no green area, there is no green area. Okay, so there is no fuel cost involved here, so there is no fuel cost involved here. Okay, so it is much better than this and this. Compare this, this is whole towering green bar, giving you an idea of that it is having more expenses on fuel. Gas turbine uses more expenses on fuel as comparison to all three towers, whether it is fossil fuel steam, it is nuclear or hydroelectric. So in between all these four, which one is better to choose? Obviously anybody can choose this. The third one is better to choose. The third one is better to choose. This third one is better to choose, and this should be very much encouraged as far as meeting the expense of power is concerned in our ever increasing society burden is concerned. Now let us move towards methodology of hydropower development. Methodology of hydropower development. The first thing is we have already discussed in our previous videos, that site survey, that is your hydrological and geological survey. The second one is estimation of potential. We should always estimate the potential of the site selected. If the site selected is good. It is near to load center, it is having the encatchment area, it is having blah 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 natural sources. We can construct a small dam or encatch the water here, but it is not having that kind of potential that it would not be any kind of use. The regulation and environmental concerns. The third one important point: feasible supply, turbine selection, whether it is Kaplan, Francis, or Pelton. Turbine selection and costing and payback. The initial costing while laying out the infrastructure and paying back. Hydrological survey flow duration curve. We have also seen the detailed portion of this topic while having hydrograph and its components and its definitions, its major definitions. Hydrological survey, that is flow duration curves, gives you idea to measure the flow rate versus time at a given site. This is very important. A civil engineer, a civil engineer student or practicing civil engineering will do that. The second one is direct measurement of the flow rate. The third one is the more robust option is to find out the flow rate by working out the volume of water that was entering the river. And the fourth one is this uses the rainfall data from climate change office. This uses the rainfall data from climate change office or weather office or meteorological department. We can say that. This is a brief idea of basin based projects. This is Indian Basin. Probable install capacity in megawatt is 33,832. We should actually know this figure. Beside which river we are having what kind of and how much installed capacity in megawatt. In Ganga Basin it is 20,711 megawatt probable installed capacity. In Central India river system it is 4,100 megawatt probable installed capacity. Western flowing river of southern India, it is 9,430 megawatt of probable installed capacity. Now instant flowing rivers of southern India, the probable installed capacity in megawatt is 14,511, and the Brahmaputra basin, it is the highest among all. It is 66,065 megawatt probable installed capacity. The total basin probable installed capacity summing to be 148,701. We have seen this in previous slides and we have given you the category of what comprises here. Well, like 48,701 megawatt, 148,701 megawatt. The total probable installed capacity including all the major basin or rivers of Indian subcontinent. Please remember this figure, this is important. Brahmaputra basin is important. Let me give you once again. Brahmaputra basin is important. Ganga basin is important, and this total is important to have just clear-cut idea. This is the list of some major hydropower plant in India. That is, first one is your Babail. It is located at Uttar Pradesh. Operator is Uttar Pradesh Jal Vidyut Nigam. This is government operator, and the configuration is 2 into 1.5 megawatt tube. What are the important facts? The Babail mini hydel project was approved in September 1986 and was awarded to PGM in September 1988 as a rupees 6.22 crore turnkey project. The second one is Bhandardhara 1. from Maharashtra, that is Dotson Lindblom Hydropower Plant Limited. The configuration is 1 into 14.4 megawatt, and the kind of turbine used here is Francis. This plant was acquired in 1996 from Maharashtra Water Resources Department and overhauled in 1997/98 with assistance from AHIC. The third one is your Belka from Uttar Pradesh, which is comes under the operator of Government of Uttar Pradesh Jal Vidyut Nigam. The configuration is twice of 1.5 megawatt tube. This Belka and Babel mini hydel projects were approved in September 1986, and Belka was awarded to FCC and PGM in July 1988 as a total rupees 5.66 crore project. Construction on Belka did not start until December 1996 after delays in securing forest clearance and land acquisitions. This is the next one, the Chennai one, Chenani one, which is located at Jammu and Kashmir, which comes under the operator of Jammu Kashmir Power Development Corporations, and the configuration is 5 into 4.66 megawatt Pelton. And the important fact is the Chenani 1 and 2 projects in Udhampur district were inaugurated in 1971 by Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. They were closed on 25 February 2005 following a landslide that damaged a 700-meter divergent tunnel. Repairs were completed at a cost of rupees 8 crore and plants put back in service in June 2008. The next one is Bhatkar from Maharashtra, which comes under operator of Maharashtra State Power Generation Corporation Limited. The configuration is 1 into 16 megawatt, and the turbine is Kaplan. Turbine is given here, just mark it a note. The important fact about this is the dam was part of the world's largest irrigation project known as Lloyd Barrage. This was a multi-purpose scheme which was initiated in 1923 by Sir George Ambrose Lloyd, then Governor of Bombay. The project was opened in January 1932. The next one is Indira Sagar from Madhya Pradesh, which comes under the operator of Narmada Hydroelectric Development Corporation Limited. The configuration of is 8 into 125 megawatt, and it uses turbine Francis. This is a joint venture of NHPC and the Madhya Pradesh government set up on August 2000. The next one is Little Ranjit from West Bengal, which comes under the operator of West Bengal State Electricity Distribution Corporation Limited, and the configuration is twice of 1 megawatt, and the kind of turbine is Pelton. The important point of this project is that operations commenced in 1970. Jammu Canal from Jammu and Kashmir, which comes under the operator of Jammu Kashmir Power Development Corporations, which having configuration twice of 500 kilowatt, which is having Francis turbine, and this power station has been out of service since 1995. This is the key point of this. So this was all about this video. I'll be coming with the next topics of the subsequent chapters and units of this subject also. Till then, thank you so much. Thanks for watching.